Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're continuing with Hilchot V'daber Davar, and we're talking about now. We know that V'daber Davar means that you're not allowed to speak mundane things on Shabbat. So therefore, anything which has to do with an Isur, you're not allowed to mention. So I cannot mention on Shabbat that tomorrow I will write a letter, or tomorrow I will do certain business. Because if you're going to say that on Shabbat, even though on the Shabbat in itself you're not doing the business, but the fact that you mentioned on the Shabbat the milacha, which is asura, so therefore there's going to be a problem of v'daber davar. Because of this, it's also prohibited to ask for our own necessities on Shabbat. What does that mean? Which means that we are not supposed to ask. If you realize we do not come and start asking for personal supplications on Shabbat, there is going to be a heter that if it's going to be anything for tzorech akadosh baruch hu, which means for anything which is going to be spiritual, so therefore you're allowed to. Another heter is going to be if it's going to be the tofes bracha. Tofes bracha means that if the bracha is already stated that way. So for example, in Birkat Hamazon, we say Avinu Roenu Zonenu Parnasenu. So you say, you're asking for Parnasa. Yeah, but it was part of the Beracha. It wasn't that you're coming now and you're making a personal supplication on Shabbat for asking for your own personal needs. Asking for your own personal needs would be prohibited on Shabbat for two reasons. Either because of a debet davar, that for example, now you want to start coming and asking, I want a new car, a new house, a new whatever it is. So now when you're going to be asking that, it could be that part of it will be mundane things, which is going to be the Isur of a debet davar. But chutz mizeh, besides for this, you also have the other Isur, which is that you're not supposed to get upset on Shabbat. That's why even the reading material on Shabbat, you're not supposed to read, as the Mishnah Berurah brings down, you shouldn't start reading things about the Holocaust or all these things on Shabbat. Why? When it makes a person sad and he's going to be suffering on the Shabbat, so therefore, what happens is that it makes the person sad, and that is taking away from the atmosphere of the Shabbat. So therefore, a person, if they're going to start coming and asking for some personal things on Shabbat, it could be that they become all sad because they start saying, you know what, 1 second, I needed this, and I need this, and I need this, and I start asking, and then he starts getting all upset. Anything which is spiritual, for sure it's going to be answered. And since it's for sure going to be answered, you won't get upset because you already know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to answer tefillot. That's what Rav Yisrael Salanter says. That's the difference between spiritual supplications and physical supplications. Physical supplications, maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu is not giving it to us because maybe it wasn't good for us. When it's spiritual, for sure it's good for us. So therefore, for sure he's going to answer us. And because of that, that's why it's going to be permitted to actually come and to say this special tefillot on the Shabbat.